The next practical step to actually advancing your Rubik's Cube solving speeds is learning to look OLL. OLL is where you take it from this to, of course, having a yellow side, as we've talked about before. But to look OLL means you can do OLL by OLL I mean solving this yellow side with only 2 algorithms. It's not that you'll only need to know 2 algorithms, but it's that you'll be able to solve the yellow side with only 2 algorithms every single time. Because as you're probably annoyed with, you make the yellow plus sign, and then you have to do this soon algorithm over and over and over again, just hoping and praying. But after this tutorial, once you learn everything, of course, you're going to be able to do this and solve it in only 2 algorithms. 2 important notes before we start the video is, first off, all these algorithms come from jperm.net. All credit for the algorithms and the algorithm images shown at the bottom of the screen come from jperm.net. So thank you, bro. I'm just repackaging the information in a different way that might be better for some people to understand. And also, for all algorithms that are shown in this video, you need to execute the algorithms in the position that I show you. So if I show you the line case, the horizontal line case, and I do the algorithm for that, you wouldn't be able to execute it with a vertical line and get the same result. It'll just bring you back to a dot. And for example, also the right angle. The way that I show you is to have it in the bottom, pointing to the bottom right like that. So doing it like this wouldn't get it solved. And for this plus sign with 1 pair of headlights like this, and these aren't headlights, you couldn't hold it like this because I didn't show you to hold it like that. You actually have to hold it like this for it to solve. So just hold the cube in the position that I show you for that specific case, or else it will not solve. Let's first learn how to make the plus sign with only 1 algorithm. Whenever you don't have the plus sign, you're going to have one of 3 cases. Either a dot in the middle, a little right angle like this, or a line. So the algorithm you're going to need to know to be able to take this 1 dot in the middle to a full plus sign, or full yellow cross, is F, right trigger, F prime, wide F, right trigger, wide F prime. So again, to get a yellow dot to a full yellow cross, you do F, right trigger, F prime, wide F, right trigger, wide F prime. For each of these algorithms, you're going to want to practice learning each one individually before you move on to learning the next one, kind of like how we did the tutorial. Of course, we already know how to do the little line, the horizontal line case like this to get to a yellow cross. You just do F, right trigger, F prime. But for a little right angle like this, instead of doing F, right trigger, F prime 2 times, what you would do is put it in the bottom left like this and do wide F, right trigger, wide F prime. So again, whenever you have this one right angle like this, put it in the bottom right, wide F, right trigger, wide F prime. So those are the 3 algorithms you're going to need to know to be able to get this yellow cross. Now there's 7 other algorithms you're going to need to know to be able to turn this into a yellow side or a yellow face with only 1 algorithm. But one of those algorithms you already know, which is the soon. And one of those algorithms is just the inverse of the soon. So whenever you have a fish like this, you're going to want to put its mouth into the bottom left, of course. And look at what this color is right here. If this is yellow, then just do a soon on its own. But if this color isn't yellow, then this color right here should be yellow. Now put the mouth in the bottom right and do sort of an inverse of a soon, or a mirror. So again, if you have the mouth of the fish right here and you look right here and it's yellow, do a soon normally. If you look and this is not yellow, then there should be a yellow right here. Now you just have the mouth of the fish in the bottom right. Inverse of a soon. Next, there are going to be cases that only have a plus sign like this. These ones are super easy. First off, we're going to have one where there's 1 pair of headlights, and then these yellows are sticking out like that. And the algorithm goes R, U2, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, R2, U2, R. That's just pretty super fun to do. And then there's also cases where there's two pairs of headlights like this, with a plus sign like this. Now you put one of the pairs of headlights in front, doesn't matter which one, but then there should be another pair of headlights in the back. Then you do F, right trigger, right trigger, right trigger, F prime. So if you have two pairs of headlights and a cross, you put one pair of headlights in the front, one pair of headlights in the back. F, right trigger 3 times, F prime. Next we have a case like this. Corners are diagonal like that. You're going to want to have this right here be a yellow. So you see this diagonal and then just turn it so that the yellow is right here. Now you do this algorithm. F, R prime, F prime, wide R, U, R, U prime, wide R prime. So again, if it's diagonal like this, you make sure that the color right here on this sticker is yellow. F, R prime, F prime, wide R, U, R, U, R prime. Now the hardest one out of the bunch is going to be this one right here, where you have a little T formation like this, and then headlights in the front like this, yellow headlights. The algorithm for this goes R2, D, R prime, U2, R, D prime, R, U2, R prime. This is definitely the hardest one out of the bunch to learn, but if you, with enough practice, you'll be able to do it as easily as I can. Of course, don't expect to be able to do it easily like that immediately, but you'll be able to learn. Finally, this one right here, similar to the last case, but instead of headlights, we have yellows like going outwards, sort of. So you do wide R, U, R prime, U prime, wide R prime, F, R, F prime. So the start of this algorithm is sort of like a right trigger, but with a wide R at the start. Then wide R prime, F, R, F prime. So in terms of practicing and memorizing these algorithms, you're going to want to practice execution and recognition. Execution is just being able to do the algorithm. But recognition is your ability to see a case and then be able to execute the proper algorithm for that case. For training execution of these algorithms, just being able to do the actual algorithm, just sit with a solved cube and practice each algorithm, just doing it. No matter if you have to look at the notation of the algorithm or not, just basically spam it. I've actually created a full PDF document that has all of these algorithms on there, along with their notation and the recognition pattern. The download link for that is going to be in the description. So if you just want to sit with a solved cube and just go down the list of the algorithms, you can totally do that. Just practicing each one. So for example, when practicing execution of these algorithms, I would just go down the PDF and just spam each one. So for this one, I would bring out my cube and just look at the algorithm as I'm doing it. F, right trigger, F prime, wide F, right trigger, wide F prime, and then just do it over and over again, even if you have to keep looking at the algorithm. And eventually, after you spam it enough and take breaks in between and spam it again, you'll be able to actually do this algorithm just based off of muscle memory. And as for recognition, just start mixing up your cube, doing cross, finishing those first two layers, and then whenever you get to OLL or solving the yellow side, you look at the PDF or look back at the video and look at which algorithm you're supposed to use, how you're supposed to hold it, and then do that algorithm. And then of course you can solve the rest of the cube if you want, or just mix it up and go again. And so for example, practicing execution would look like mixing it up, getting the cross and first two layers as we know, and then looking at the PDF and saying, okay, what algorithm do I need to do? Looks like I have a line case, so make sure I have a horizontal line, do F, right trigger, F prime. Now I have a plus, so I'll do, well, I have a plus, and one pair of headlights. So I'll put the yellow right here. Yup. R2, U. Yup. And then you can solve the cube again. And you can mix it up. First two layers, and then do the exact same thing. Looks like I have a dot case this time, so I'm gonna do F, right trigger F prime, wide F, right trigger wide F prime. Then I have this thick T, no headlights. So it looks like I need to hold it like this. Yep. Mix it up, go again. As you're practicing these things, don't worry about being able to do it by memory. Just practice doing it based on the video or the PDF. And eventually it'll just get ingrained in your brain, whether it's the execution, the muscle memory will just get ingrained in your brain. And the same with recognition. As long as you practice doing that recognition training that I showed you a couple of dozen times every day, eventually you'll just be able to recognize any OLL case and know exactly what you need to do for it. So just practice the execution and the recognition of those algorithms, and once you have 2-look OLL down pat, then you can click the next link in the video, or if you're watching this on the playlist, just let it autoplay. And as always, if you live in the Columbia, South Carolina area and want a bit more one-on-one help, or just want to meet the cubing community in the area, feel free to come to a Cubing Club meeting. I'll leave the link to my Cubing Club website at the top of the description. Or you can just head to sodacitykubing.com. Alright, I guess I'll see you in the next tutorial or at the Cubing Club.